Ulica Nowy Świat is one of the main historic thoroughfares of Warsaw. It comprises part of the royal route that runs from Warsaw's Royal Castle and Old Town, south to King John III Sobieski's 17th-century royal residence at Wilanów. Geography. Nowy Świat runs from Plaktrich northwards, intersecting Alei Jerozolimskiej and Ulica Świętokrzyska, near the Warsaw University campus and the Nicolaus Copernicus monument. It changes into Krakowski Przebyski, which then runs all the way to the royal castle. At its southern end, a triple-cross square, Nowy Świat changes into the elegant Aleja Ujazdowska, which changes into Ulica Belwederska, which becomes Ulica Sobieski ergo as it continues coursing south, ultimately to arrive at Wilanów. History. Until the 16th century, Nowy Świat was a main road leading to numerous szlachta palaces and villages south of Warsaw. The street's present name was coined in the 17th century, after the city had begun growing substantially. By the turn of the 18th century, the fields along Nowy Świat had become densely urbanized, mostly with wooden palaces and manors. Gutters had been constructed, and the street itself was paved with cobblestones. In the Napoleonic period, Warsaw grew substantially and Nowy Świat was almost completely rebuilt. Wooden manors gave way to stone and brick, mostly three-story, neoclassical buildings. By the end of the 19th century, the buildings had been expanded and Nowy Świat had become one of the principal business streets of Warsaw. It was also one of the more heavily trafficked streets, with numerous shops and restaurants that attracted Warsawians as well as tourists. Larger new buildings replaced the earlier ones, and the character of the street changed. In the early 20th century, almost all trace of neoclassical architecture was lost as new buildings were erected mostly in Art Nouveau style. During the Warsaw Uprising, Nowy Świat was almost completely destroyed. Barely any buildings survive. At war's end, it was decided to rebuild Nowy Świat, as restoring its pro-war Art Nouveau state would have been prohibitive. It was reverted to its early 19th century appearance. Post-war reconstruction of the street was directed by the architect Zygmunt Stepinski. Today, Nowy Świat boasts many shops, restaurants and cafes.